Imagine that the history of humanity is not the result of blind natural evolution, but rather the product of advanced genetic engineering. What would you do if you discovered that, hidden deep inside every single cell of your human body, there is a biological signature that does not belong to this planet? A digital birthmark, an extraterrestrial barcode defying the laws of known biology. For decades, the scientific establishment dismissed the vast majority of our genome as junk DNA, useless genetic material, leftovers of a clumsy evolutionary process. But a radical new field of study is turning that belief upside down. Bold scientists began analyzing these discarded sequences not just as biologists, but as mathematicians and cryptographers. And what they uncovered is terrifying. Junk DNA is not junk at all. It is a highly sophisticated program, a living hard drive containing structured, non-random data. The complexity and mathematical precision found within these hidden sequences defy any standard evolutionary explanation. Evolution operates through random mutations and natural selection, a notoriously slow and chaotic process. Yet the code we are currently decoding is clean, exact, and exhibits a logical structure that can only be compared to an advanced human programming language or something far superior. This anomaly, often called the synthetic watermark, completely fails to fit into the terrestrial tree of life. It strongly implies that our genetic blueprint was edited, modified, or engineered by an external intelligence. When we trace this non-human signature, we are forced to confront a deeply disturbing truth. The implications are seismic for our understanding of who we are. If our DNA carries an artificial watermark, it means humanity is not the apex of natural evolution, but rather the subject of a planetary-scale biological experiment. This hidden code contains complex instructions that serve no obvious biological purpose necessary for basic survival, such as protein production. Instead, it appears engineered to store data or act as a dormant activation mechanism. Some theorists speculate that our DNA functions as a biological hard drive, waiting to be read or triggered by a technology we have yet to comprehend. We are only scratching the surface of this vast cosmic library. Researchers estimate that only a fraction of this anomalous code has been deciphered so far. What else is buried deep inside our own anatomy, waiting to be unlocked? Is it an interstellar map, an ancient warning, or a fail-safe protocol? This revelation directly echoes the mystery of the silent void we recently uncovered beneath the Pacific Ocean. Just as that geological anomaly defies the laws of tectonics, this genetic code defies the laws of biology. Both are impossible anomalies pointing to a reality far stranger than we are told. The institutional silence surrounding these genetic discoveries is deafening. Government agencies and major research institutions remain suspiciously quiet, avoiding any serious investigation into non-human engineering within human cells. Why is this knowledge kept under wraps? Is it out of fear of widespread social panic, or a calculated desire to protect control over proprietary biotechnology? If humanity was artificially created or genetically altered, the philosophical and moral consequences are staggering. Are we merely livestock in a cosmic farm, pawns in an interstellar game? Or are we the forgotten descendants of an advanced spacefaring civilization? The quest to track down this non-human signature forces us to question the true origins of life on Earth. While mainstream science leans toward natural panspermia, the idea that life was seeded by comets, the explicit engineering found in our DNA points to something far more deliberate and calculated. We stand on the precipice of a monumental scientific and philosophical revolution. Fully decoding this ghost script in our human DNA could completely rewrite our history and answer humanity's ultimate question. Are we truly alone in the universe? The shocking answer might literally be written inside your own flesh. Investigating this non-human signature means challenging rigid scientific dogma and stepping boldly into the unknown. It is a dangerous path, because the final answers may be darker than we ever imagined. Here at Dark Code, our relentless investigation into this anomaly will not stop. We reject easy answers, we decode the suppressed data, and we expose the secrets that official history tries to bury. The truth is hidden in plain sight, and the code has already been activated. To truly comprehend the magnitude of this discovery, we must examine how deep this digital watermark goes. Traditional geneticists often look at DNA purely as a biochemical factory, churning out proteins and regulating physical traits. But information theorists, looking at the same data, see something entirely different: a compressed archive. Parts of our genome display error-correcting codes and algorithmic optimization that human engineers use today in modern data storage and deep space communications. Why would a natural, unguided evolutionary process utilize cryptographic techniques identical to human computer science? The statistical probability of such complex digital architecture arising purely by chance is virtually zero. It forces us to entertain a chilling hypothesis. Our genetic code was written by a programmer who wanted to ensure the message survived millions of years of environmental degradation. As we dig deeper into these dormant sequences, researchers have discovered periodic mathematical patterns that repeat across unrelated chromosomes. These recurring sequences act almost like an index or a table of contents in a massive digital library. When mapped out on a grid, they reveal geometric configurations that mirror astronomical alignments and stellar constants. It is as if our creators left a cosmic signature embedded right into our cellular structure, waiting for a time when our technology would advance enough to notice it. Yet, mainstream academia actively discourages funding or exploring these specific patterns, branding them as anomalies or pareidolia. This systematic avoidance raises a profound question. What are they so afraid we might find if we actually learn how to read the rest of the file? Consider the sheer volume of data compressed within a single microscopic strand of human DNA. A single gram of DNA can store hundreds of terabytes of information, outperforming every data center ever built by human hands. If an advanced civilization wanted to colonize the galaxy without ever launching massive starships, biological seeding would be the ultimate strategy. Instead of sending flesh and bone across light years, they could encode their entire culture, history, and technological blueprints into hardy microbial spores or early hominid genomes. We might not be the native inhabitants of Earth at all. We could be the living, breathing archival library of an extinct or distant star empire, carrying their legacy forward without even being consciously aware of our true mission. This perspective completely shatters the comforting illusion of human exceptionalism. For centuries, our philosophers and scientists have placed humanity at the crown of creation, viewing our intelligence as a rare lightning strike of cosmic luck. But if our genetic code contains imported instructions, we are essentially a domesticated species operating on a pre-written operating system. This could explain deep-seated psychological traits that have baffled anthropologists for generations. Our innate, almost instinctual fascination with the stars, our recurring myths of descending gods who shaped mankind from clay, and our persistent, unsettling feeling that we do not truly belong on this planet. What if our ancient mythologies are not primitive superstitions, but distorted generational memories of our actual engineering process? The plot thickens when we look at how the human body reacts to extreme environmental stress or altered states of consciousness. Some fringe biophysicists theorize that these synthetic code sequences are not entirely passive. Under specific electromagnetic frequencies or biochemical triggers, certain segments of our junk DNA exhibit localized shifts, as if responding to an external signal or query. Could our bodies be acting as biological transceivers, tuned to an ambient frequency broadcasted from an unknown source somewhere in our solar system? While this sounds like science fiction, Military and intelligence archives contain declassified studies from the Cold War era investigating human resonance and anomalous biological sensitivities, research that was quietly buried just as it started producing concrete results. Every time we uncover a layer of this biological encryption, the boundaries between biology and technology completely dissolve. We are learning that DNA can store computer code, execute logic gates, and even power microscopic molecular circuits. If humanity is currently on the verge of mastering synthetic biology and creating artificial life in our laboratories, we are merely repeating a cycle that was executed on us eons ago. The creators became the created, and soon we too will engineer new life forms, completely blind to the possibility that we were engineered ourselves by a prior intelligence. It is an endless cosmic chain of creation where every master eventually becomes just another stepping stone for the next wave of evolution. The implications stretch far beyond our biological past. They dictate our ultimate future. If our genome contains a built-in timer, an activation sequence, or a dormant communication protocol, what triggers it? Are we approaching a planetary milestone? A point in technological maturity where our collective intelligence reaches the threshold required to receive the full transmission? The silence from the scientific establishment is breaking as independent researchers around the globe bypass traditional academic gatekeepers to share their findings online. The truth can no longer be contained within university walls or classified government vaults. The code is written in our blood, and the decryption process has already begun. As independent researchers continue to map these anomalous sequences, a frightening realization emerges. The code is not uniform across all human populations. Slight variations and markers in these non-coding regions suggest different lineages or operational batches, as if humanity was developed in distinct phases or test groups. Mainstream anthropologists attribute these genetic divergences to geographic isolation and natural migration patterns over millennia. But the mathematical regularity of the mutations points toward deliberate, phased updates, similar to software patches released over time. If true, our species has been monitored, tweaked, and evaluated across epochs without us ever realizing we were the subjects of a long-term cosmic study. This brings us to the ultimate, most unsettling question. Who or what placed this code inside us, and why? Was it an act of benevolence by a parent civilization looking to rescue a dying lineage, or was it a cold, calculating colonization effort designed to turn Earth into a self-replicating organic factory? The answer may be hidden in plain sight, encoded into the very cellular machinery that keeps us alive every second of every day. Every heartbeat, every cell division, and every thought is processed through a framework that we are only now beginning to recognize as artificial. We look at the stars searching for alien signals, completely ignoring the fact that the strongest extraterrestrial broadcast of all is humming quietly inside our own veins. Governments and international scientific bodies are acutely aware of where this research path leads. Whispers from academic insiders suggest that high-level panels have debated how to handle the public fallout if the synthetic nature of human DNA is ever definitively proven. The fear is not just existential panic, but the collapse of traditional religious, historical, and biological frameworks that have anchored human civilization for thousands of years. If we are an engineered species, the pillars of our societal institutions crumble overnight. Yet, institutional cover-ups can only hold back the tide for so long. As sequencing technology becomes cheaper, faster, and more accessible to independent scientists, the veil of secrecy is rapidly tearing apart. We are living through a pivotal moment in human history. The digital revolution we created on our computer screens is merely a mirror reflecting the deeper, older technology written into our flesh. By decoding the alien watermark in our DNA, we are not just discovering our true origins, we are unlocking the administrative passwords to our own biology. The implications for the future of medicine, human enhancement, and space exploration are beyond imagination. But this power comes with a terrifying cost. Once you open Pandora's box and realize you were built for a purpose, you can never unlearn it. The journey to reclaim our true autonomy starts by confronting the invisible architecture of our creation. The investigation into the ghost script of human DNA is only just beginning, and the deeper we look, the more the illusion of normal reality fades away. At Dark Code, we will continue to follow every suppressed thread, expose every institutional silence, and decode the anomalies that mainstream science refuses to touch. The truth is locked inside your cells, waiting for the right key. Do not let the official narrative dictate who you are. Hit subscribe right now. Join our community of truth seekers and stay tuned as we uncover the darkest secrets of the universe together.